Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with a review of a disc that I've talked about before, not on this channel, actually, I don't think, but at least at ClassicsToday.com, that is actually still available. And I just wanted to point that out for you folks. It's the Sibelius and Nielsen Violin Concertos, featuring Maxim Vengerov with the Chicago Symphony under Daniel Barenboim. Remember them? It really amazes me. This is the mid-price reissue. It originally came out at full price, but if I just was looking on Amazon for the fun of it, and I saw this available at like a zillion different price points. The irony, of course, is that the mid-price reissue, which is only available as a Japanese import, is $24, whereas the regular normal version, which was full price, is $17. So it's not going to be logical. It isn't going to make any sense, but these are well worth hearing, these performances. Vengerov, you may recall, injured his shoulder in 2005 in a weightlifting accident of some kind and had to undergo years of physical therapy, and he took up conducting in the meantime and teaching, and then he was back as a violinist, but nobody seems to care. He's not making recordings for any major labels anymore because the major labels all self-destructed. Actually, he whacked his shoulder probably at a good time because the whole thing was going down the crapper. And fortunately, we have reminders of his playing at his prime in recordings like this because he's a wonderful violinist. I mean, he's of the Russian school, you know, with a big, rich, beefy tone. And Barenboim also offers big, rich, beefy accompaniments, maybe a little heavy in the finales of both works. I mean, especially, you know, the Nielsen has a very light-hearted finale. It's very gentle. It's kind of like the finale of Brahms' Second Piano Concerto. You know, it's not what you think it ought to be. It's not virtuosic. It's breezy and pleasant. And for that reason, the Nielsen Violin Concerto is hugely unpopular. It's great to see it coupled to a really popular work like the Sibelius. And Vengerov plays both of them beautifully. I mean, my favorite coupling of these two concerti is still Cho Lang Lin with Esa-Pekka Salonen on Sony. But, you know, they deserve to be coupled together. Usually, you don't get Nielsen with Sibelius because, like I said, the Nielsen is so unpopular. But in this particular case, it's great to have them together with such star power. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. Even if you don't think that this is the greatest recording of each concerto, and it's very, very good. I mean, it's competitive with the best. It really is. Fully competitive with the best. The devil is all in the details with these things, as I'm sure you know. But to have really, really serious star power behind the Nielsen, particularly, is a wonderful thing. It really is. Like all of his concertos, I mean, the Sibelius is a known quantity. I don't think I need to go into it very much. It's a big, romantic, you know, rich and large, big-hearted romantic performance. Not cool and slender, as the piece can also be. But the Nielsen's concerti were all sort of personality studies of the intended soloist. And you know, the concerto is very oddly structured. It has a big, passionate, stormy first movement that's somewhat introductory. I mean, it's a little bit like the Brook, but it's bigger than that. And then there's a lovely slow movement. You know, it's really quite beautiful. And you know, you've got, well, it's hard to describe. It really is an adagio. And then the finale is marked allegretto scherzando. And it's, like I said, it's light and breezy and not terribly serious. So you've got the beefy first movement. I mean, it has this largo prelude that goes on for minutes, and then a big allegro, and then you've got a slow movement, and it gets progressively lighter as it goes. How well Nielsen has captured the character of his intended soloist. I think it was Emil Telmiani or Temniat, whatever his name was. Emil, what's his name? His brother, his son-in-law, wasn't it? Yeah, I think so. But it doesn't matter. The point is that the work itself seems to be a bit anticlimactic in the hands of many who perform it. I've seen it live a couple times, and it works very nicely. People enjoy it, but it's to be enjoyed not as a virtuoso violin work, rather as a fulfilling character study. And that's a problem. It really is. The Sibelius, no such problem. The Sibelius is a thrilling virtuoso violin work. And so even though it sounds more like Sibelius than it does violin music, which is wonderful, thank God, both composers were violinists. And it's very interesting to compare how they approached the issue of writing a violin concerto, which is excruciatingly difficult, which is why they only turned out one apiece. And this is just a wonderful record, a beautiful, beautiful recording of these two works. And so if you have not heard this and you would like to get it, you can. Well, at least as of today, you can, which is dazzling. And you can get it in different formats. At least 3 of them I saw on Amazon. It just blew my mind. So there you have it. Keep on listening, friends. And do give these performances a shot, particularly for the Nielsen. You won't be sorry. Take care.